Hello and welcome back. As the sun is going down today, yep, it's going down in Vandermark, our foul capital still, as I'm trying to fix my economy. Last episode was rather, well, I was once again focusing a bit too much on military and neglecting my city economy. And in that, well, it came back at us. We almost were negative, right? So I fixed a few things now. First of all, I recognized the problem that we don't have enough potatoes for our schnapps. So I've built now fulfilled all of the space here again with filled it up with some potato farms. That's something that we needed quite urgently. I've also, of course, deleted a trade earlier that involved the potato. We do have another trade contract up and running again, so I could go with that. Oh yeah, and we're losing this one. I could also just give it up if it went under siege. It's totally fine to lose this one. What we could do is we could have, yeah, this trade route here going with the docklands now. For that, however, I do need to sacrifice something again, right? And fish it could be. Fish is rather cheap. Potatoes is rather cheap, so the ratio here should be of 1-to-1. It is, and we can get some additional potatoes in for the fish that we are getting out, right? So that is pretty important as it was rather low already. And that is one thing. The other thing is I've also doubled the brewery production, so we have more breweries over there now. Oh, and she's taking the island. That's good, because we're getting some influence back again. So the breweries is quite important. Also, on that side here, I've built another artisanal kitchen and one more cannery, plus 2 more of these fur dealers. We should be able to supply the raw materials for that, but I'm having a close look at that. Now, one more thing is the sewing machines. For the sewing machines, I will need a bit more space. Over here we have that space. We are really down on sewing machines, even though we're using 4 of these factories, and they have all the resources. So one thing I could do is I could bump the production here by, let's say, 25%. Let's make it 23%, and it's only an impact of -2, right? The windows I could go down, so we are actually not losing anything here at all. To get some sewing machines in, I would also still like to have one more factory for that. Let's have this sewing machines factory right here beside that beside that warehouse there.
A crocus
working now as well. Now, this is not all of it, of course. We should increase we should reduce transportation times. So that is another thing. Having paved roads in my industry sectors. And let's just ignore those attack messages for now, even though it's involving quite a lot of my warships. Yes, they're trying again to get up there to that island. Let's just station my ships over there. And with all that distraction, it's very hard to keep track of your economy. So please excuse that. Now, we do want to go ahead here with the paving of my industry sector. Not of the city yet, because the city, that is just aesthetics mostly. Even though, of course, it has a practical usage because you get increased ranges on basically all your service buildings. But we are still going and focusing on the industry sector here. This one here is, well, I think doubling halving the time that it needs for them to transport goods from one place to another. So it does make a good impact there, speeding up all your carts. Now with that now a bit out of the way, let's also just check real quick our warehouses, because some of them might be overloaded, but if I see correctly, none of them is really overloaded. This one here from time to time. This one here from time to time, so we don't really have to do this with all of them, of course, but with some. I was smart enough to, yeah, I'm actually smart enough sometimes to build more warehouses or have a higher density of that. But with those upgrades, we should be fine. There is something, because of course this is also lowering the amount of goods that we can produce. Also down here, very important in my heavy industry sector. So this should already make things a bit easier. What we can see is, yep, the population list is content for now. Canned food is still a bit wanky there. Fur coats is looking better now. Very good. Fur coats is going up. The cotton fabric is something we need to have a real close look there. Schnapps should also really be coming in now more often again. I'm just hoping for that. We could have a bit of an improvement. Oh, very negative impact there for my farmers at the moment, but they're doing fine. Now, we probably should not do this. Let's rather build more of them. We have the space still. Let's still squeeze in some 6 more of them, even though we don't need 6. And definitely also here another fire station, because with all of that industry, you never know. And together with that, also the warehouse. Now, this cost us all of our brick supplies. It's insane to think about it, since we had 700 tons of that. But it should make things much easier in Vandermark. The farmer shortage is because we have still the plague raging down here, but also because I've got more farmer buildings up, so I do need, yep, I do need more space for farmer buildings. I can still squeeze some in here. And we should also be still using some here.
Workforce shortage.
Right, so a few more farmers. Another thing is we could still raise or increase the size of this city here of Ronstadt and have a commute pier. So Ronstadt, as we can see, is having a lot of farmers actually. And it's a beautiful island as well. And then we have the commute pier that is sharing our workforce with other islands. We can afford it in Ronstadt and we should definitely be building it. Of course, space is always a bit rare, but out here, there we have a nice suitable location for it beside the fisher farms. Let's just see that we can make this whole thing looking proper at least. Very good. And it's been shared now, but with no one yet. We still need to build the commute pier in Vandermark. That's a tricky one though, because our, well, harbor area is looking rather desolate, or well, rather actually full. Let's have it here. There we already have some defense. Right, by the way, wait a second. We could probably also squeeze it in here still. There especially. After all, this is the main harbor area. Or we get also rid of this one defense here. Yep, let's do this. Some of you might say, what the hell is he doing? But it's okay. I'm pretty sure it's okay. And we can squeeze it in here then, right? Okay, this way we can do it. There's the commute pier instead of one of the shipyards. We have the other twos on the other side, and I'm never really fully utilizing them anymore anyway, because we basically don't have that much influence. So there we have it, shared workforce. This is also helping out with the farmers now, and I think this is just much more important in the main harbor district than in some, well, side beach that we have. Meanwhile, in Lagar, we should continue. I have to build now my first storages here. We can really squeeze them in this area, so just over there with the remaining timber or bricks that we have. That's another bit of storage then for my coffee. And coffee, we have enough. So I will now have to get this coffee trade route on the way. That is so crucial to us and also to the happiness of my engineers. We have another cargo ship ready. We have a big enough fleet. At least I think I'm feeling a bit safer with that. I would still like to do some destruction now in the old world, and then we go to the new world. So once again, since we have that firepower now, oh, by the way, and with the population, we have another level up, so that's a bit more influence again. I would just wreak a bit havoc to Bente there, mostly, right? Because she is just so annoying. Taking down one of these here is going to help us a lot. So I'm going to do that now. Taking two of her main islands there once again, and thus not only annoying her, but also damaging the amount of ships that she pushes out all the time, because it's just too much. There's that. Let's conquer it once again. This poor soul here goes home, and the remainings can continue.
Please do something wonderful with it.
Please do something wonderful. She always tells us that. Animal farm productivity 40%. Amazing. So that's definitely something we can use. Another crop booster that I would really like to use as well. So there's the production building minus 50%. Fire increasing. I don't like that at all, because this basically is just a recipe for disaster. Residence happiness, nope. And this one. And yes, we're loosening some of our clippers here, because there's ships waiting right where my clippers leave the trade route to the new world. Look at that. They're waiting there. It's incredible. But don't worry. We're going there now. We are going there. Let's have the remaining thingies that are still floating around here being taken to Vandermark. And with the other ship, I'm now continuing my destruction to the next island. Now, by the way, while my fleet is on the way to this island here, we have to be very careful with the waypoints. Why? Because look at that. There's a small island of Bente, and now I know where she's pushing her harbor defenses. Because there's quite a lot of stuff going on down there. We have to be a bit careful there. Some of them might shoot us. Nah, not really. And we can move in right to the other one. Gentleness, this one is called. She's not very gentle with us, though. But that is something I should not worry about. Let's take this island. It has some, yeah, not very good resources there, so it's totally fine. Look at that well-developed island. By the way, she might have another harbor area well fortified, but she doesn't.
Engage.
We're just taking down all of these defenses here. And just watch out, there might be something coming. Yeah, there are some ships of her, but I'm not really worried about them, to be honest. Plus my fleet can shoot from both sides. Well, also that is going down. She has a lot of morale though still. What is going on there? Is she having another defense area? No, she doesn't. Seems a bit strange to me that she's got so much morale though. Anyway, we're taking this one. It's below the white flag now. There is another battle cruiser coming, but that's it. She has lost one of her big islands there. Bente. Yeah, she will not like that too much. She will probably say I'm sorry. Lots of items here once again that we could take. Or also just sell. Some very crappy resources in the ocean that no one needs.
This isn't who I am. Fight on if you need it.
Okay, so the loot is rather disappointing. Having something here, all rather disappointing as well. Ironworks and foundries. That's a pretty good one, especially since it also grants you attractiveness. Plus 20% for my buildings there. There's another bonus income for... Oh, my ships are... Oh, there she's coming in again with a few more. I'm trying to lure my ships into the next defense. This one is quickly backing off again. There we have a very damaged warship that's going to stay in the harbor area for now. I would like to take the rest though with me then. So we're going with the passive defense there. We don't have a lot of influence right now. I'm going to give up those islands again. I don't care about the money they give me, right? I care more about the influence that we get back with that, and we can continue building more ships as well. So they just had a serious blow here, Bente now, right? She will settle on this island here most likely again. Perhaps even Willy does it, but she will. It's going to take her quite some time to catch up and build some ships from this again. Especially since all these ships that we destroyed are right now. We can't replace so easily. Right. Those defenses are just way too much though.
Attention for the Admiral.
I'm not going in there. Some sails we don't really need. Let's take my main fleet back up here again. And back home.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Can we actually give this one up already? Yes, we can. So let's give it up. That's some full influence. And by the way, yes, let's rather defend that ship here as we try to get it home. Even though, you know what, we would be way faster if we just destroy it and most likely just rebuild it. It wouldn't cost us that much. Let's just do it the right way. Let's have it waypoint all the way home. And yes, we are coming. Don't worry. They're still playing with us here, thinking they are superior. No problem here. We've lost the... the coffee is already gone. The rum is still... Does it still have... Yep, still has the cargo ship. There is one, though, that we can replace now with one of our cargo ships. That is the cotton fabrics. And since we have a bit of influence, I would like to continue building 2 more cargo ships that we're going to need
Ship under
from
attack.
Vandemark. Now let's just check here also our goodies. And what I can see is, yep, it's looking much better now for the engineer items. Also some canned food is finally a bit
Competitor
stable.
raised a settlement.
Ah, look at that. This is something that I actually hope to see Willy settle on this island now. He's my ally. So it's totally fine that he is taking this one. By the way, since we have the influence, let's also purchase that last share back again. We can afford it after all. And Princess Jing, this share here as well to boost our income once again. This is a bit more problematic now. So let's just try to go for... don't have the influence really. I can only do it like that to negate the negative effect this one had.
Deep blue here.
Alright, that's that. Now, as we can see, coffee is the last thing we really would need for our engineers, and then we could really upgrade. And this is the goal that we should have now. Cargo ship ready. My fleet is ready soon, and then we're going to move it to the new world for good. And then it's on. And then hopefully it's on. So in the new world we still have some work to do. This is over here turn 2. Let's just repair.
The lost world. Oh well.
Which island? Oh, look at that. She was also probably attacking Lagarde there once again, and she actually destroyed 2 of my towers. Not so easy to rebuild
Ship
that.
under attack.
Weapons and bricks would be missing now. At least it's working again. Oh, look at that. This is something we can't take back anymore. Share-wise, we could take it if we had the influence. Oh, I don't like that at all. This is a major problem for us.
Competitor raised
Quite
a
the shift
settlement.
of power. So Banter wasn't quick enough, and Princess Jing has settled this island here now. She's getting more powerful, and Willy is getting more powerful. So he's got another island there. Very interesting. Let's just check Bente. Military-wise, she's still stronger than us, which I find very hard to believe. I mean, it's all the defense, right? And Princess Jing, we are actually stronger than her military-wise, yet she doesn't want to go with us to any peace at all. Ceasefire would be possible for the first time. But 200,000, I'm not doing that at the moment. That is just too much. Are you crazy? We're not going for that. Sean, you have to like us at some point. No chance. No chance at all with Sean. There's some more ships coming in once again. And it's one of those battleships. And just at the same time, she's taking a share. I don't believe that. That's really smart strategy. She's doing this all the time. Attacking and attacking at the same time at different spots. Here she's taking the ships and the shares. Usually she also attacks somewhere else, right? And then that battleship there. I don't even know which ship she's attacking. She's attacking this battlecruiser here, Orpheus. Just going home now. Now, since we're getting some interesting items, I would also like to have a look at my town hall building. There we have it. And this one is actually 0 influence for the first building, so we can place it just where we want to have it. And we definitely should have it somewhere where it's affecting, yeah, a lot of engineers in the future. I think the artisans still want the school, right? Do they need the school? Yes, they still need the school, so I can't replace anything for the town hall here. I can replace some artisans though. Right, so here, for example, where we're going to have, yep, here we're going to have lots of engineers as well in the future. So let's just get rid of those 4 artisans there, sorry pals, and have a town hall that is also looking proper. Right, the next town hall should now cost me something, as far as I know. Yeah, some 20 influence, not something I would like to go with. The trade union, the first one once again is Fredo, so we can... And we should have this one somewhere then in my heavy industry sector. Let's also, since we're not savages and we actually have some time, get some ornaments here while we can. Some flower beds around the town hall here. And for the first time in a very long time, we can also upgrade some artisans again. And I'm really happy to see that. Let's go ahead and upgrade those guys. And I just hope they level us up. As we're growing, there we have all these engineers, and let's just have a look at that. We have this one here, income per house and chance of illness, but income per house is pretty good for those guys. And we've also got some more items though, as far as I remember here. This one has some items. This one is repairing. There was another income item that we can then also use. Plus, in the future, we can always use it then here. The other one was the crop stuff, remember, and especially for the piggies, I would like to use this. So the trade union that we have, I would like to have this somewhere here. So, oh, tranquil view. Oh, up here again. Who is it? I think it's Jing. It's Jing, so no problem, really. He will take it for the shares. But that's it. And then we can have it here to boost the piggies. That's exactly what we can do. Let's get rid of that warehouse. Let's upgrade this warehouse instead to... Yeah, actually, let's make this one the highest level. Second highest level. And then we have a bit of space here now for the trade union that I would like to have. And then we can install those items for the crop farms, right? So productivity 70% increased. Oh, for crop farms. Sorry, this is my English problem. So crop farms, I was thinking about something else. Okay, then we could use it on the grain or the potato. It's not that important, not that good then. I was hoping for animal farm. We should have something for animal farms somewhere though. I'm going to find this one and you're just going to stay tuned for the next episode. Stay tuned.